Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to have back on the show multi-platinum artist, singer, songwriter. She does it all, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back on the show.
Well,
I feel
thank you for
I
having
feel like
me.
it was just yesterday you were on here.
Yeah, I mean, so much has went on since I last talked to you, but yes, I mean, time is going by quickly.
Yeah.
But then, you know, it's always great to talk to you, so it feels like home again.
Well,
this
and
is our third time.
You
as
are
reminded me.
constantly doing more, though, Tiffany.
Yes.
We got to talk about your new single, which I know is getting added everywhere. You know, and you launched it right before Christmas with Angels All Around.
Mm-hmm.
I love this song because with your voice and the piano, it really lets your voice shine. How did you come up with this?
This was messages from fans, you know, during COVID, who were reaching out to me, talking about, you know, hanging on for dear life, really. I was hanging on for dear life. I think most of us were. And that's when I started my cooking club, Let's Food with Tiffany, to just kind of share my grandma's recipes, make me feel better. And, you know, all of my families, a lot of them have passed on. Right. So it really kind of depressed me. I just wanted that comfort to talk to them, my dad and his go-get-'em attitude. And, you know, they're all gone. So I started sharing the recipes with fans, and that kind of led the door open to, you know, them talking to me about how they're feeling, how they're dealing.
Yeah.
And some of them were quite, you know, fragile, definitely.
Right. Especially
it was
during
like,
that time.
Yeah, and you know, you receive these messages and you go, oh gosh, I don't know what to say really, you know, except not to pass it by, like just get on with it. But, you know, there is hope, and I do believe it's going to turn around. And, you know, this is just a moment right now. We just have to do the things that we can enjoy. So, you know, music for me, of course, is that one enjoyment.
Right.
So, you know, once we could social distance, we got a few writers together, my fiance, producer, and co-writer Mark Alberici, and Margie Hauser, who's a fellow Nashville songwriter. She goes back and forth from LA
you're like a Nashville girl.
I am a Nashville girl.
I mean, you know, you've been here so long now, because originally, you know, coming out of California, you know, being born and raised in California, but you've been here in Nashville. You're a local now.
Well, I met Margie in California, and then she's coming over to this side all the time. So we went to Red Rancho, my studio, and Mark's studio in Nashville, of course, in our home. Right. We have one of those now.
It's like in the West Coast, everybody has a swimming pool. In Nashville, everyone has a studio.
Yes, we have a studio. So
it's
yay,
mandatory.
Yay for Team Tiff. And you know, again, all of that happened in COVID. We just decided to make that commitment. So we got together and wrote Angels All Around.
Right.
It was really about my story, the fan story, and you know, hopefully it's like an inspirational song. It is a Christmas song, but it's something you can play also throughout the year.
And also, I got to bring this up too. I mean, the lyrics are so great in this song, and I love your voice and the piano and everything going together on this. But it's also tied in with Children's Miracle Network.
Yes. So
which I know is near and dear to
expanding
your
the
heart.
Angels All Around. I've worked with Children's Miracle Network for like 9 years now. My tour manager, Garrett Lauer, you know, got me into relays and all kinds of stuff. We try to think of things that are fun, creative, opportunities, projects, you know, events to come and, you know, learn more about Children's Miracle Network and what they do, and the staff and the hospitals and all the fantastic people, but the kids as well, and their stories, and, you know, donate some money and have a good time. And a lot of the kids attend as well, so I get to meet all of them.
How great is
Gibbons Coffee is a partner with me as well. That is Garrett Lauer's baby, literally. But all the coffee bags come with a child's story, gives them an opportunity to raise money for themselves as well, so they get some of that money in their pockets. Because we have to praise and celebrate every child's step. You know, and we have a lot of them that are going now into high school, but the needs have changed. Bigger wheelchairs, new vans to fit, you know, all the different.
Such a great charity.
On and on these costs go. So anything I can do. Right now I'm hosting painting jackets on tiffanytunes.com, so you can come and Zoom with me, pick your leather or your jean jacket, pick your colors, get a little chit chat, maybe a sing song with me.
And
there's always something, spin it, a wearable memory with me. So, and that is going for Children's Miracle Network. Of course, I do hand painted angels for Christmas trees, for, you know, I mean, I can do all colors. So we're going to keep these things going that spin around Children's Miracle Network, and Angels All Around kind of lays over that, you know,
Right.
the inspirational, the love that keeps going, and you know, people again holding on for dear life, but having that hope that, you know, today and tomorrow are a good thing.
Right. Well, speaking of a good thing, I got to bring up Pieces of Me. I think the last time we had you in studio, and that album did so well for you.
Yes.
But then, unfortunately, when Shadows came out, which is a little more rockin', it really didn't get the attention it deserved going into the pandemic and everything like that.
Yes.
And so I understand you're going to be doing a little more stuff with Shadows now.
I am.
And maybe some more singles and videos.
Well, yeah, you know, that's the whole thing. Pieces of Me did really well. It kind of
Very well.
showed that myself as a songwriter and all the things I wanted, you know,
Right.
as like, I'm a real musician. And it broke the mold on that. So I was grateful. We did a lot of touring. It was, you know, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then Shadows, of course, quickly followed after that. This was kind of a little bit more of an up-tempo rocker. I call it rock retro, you know, because it's got that 80s foundation, whatever that bubbling 80s fun is.
Right.
And then some really great ballad production over it, current modern production.
All right,
that, you
now
know, my
let's-
other half brings.
Let's not be shy about this though. The Shadows has got you touring with like rock and metal
It
bands now. It's like
is.
whenever you're on the same billboard with Great White,
Very
and,
cool.
and some of these other bands. Come on, Tiffany.
Well,
you're-
yes.
I mean, I know you came up and you know sold millions of albums, you know, as a teen, you know, icon. But it's like, but now you're hanging out with all the rockers.
Well, I mean, I'm an LA girl, so, you know, I've been doing the Rainbow and the Whiskey for a long time, and hoping to be on that stage one day. And, you know, the girl inside of me at Norwalk, California at 9 years old was twirling around her bedroom, you know, playing Pat Benatar and Stevie Nicks and Ann Wilson. So yes, I mean, I feel like I'm accomplishing some of my own personal little
Right.
dreams. And, you know, to be on the bill with all of these great bands, to have Tracy Guns on the album for Shadows,
Tracy
and
is
LA
such an
Guns, and
amazing
the whole
guitarist.
family there, amazing, right? So, yeah, I'm beaming. This is everything I've wanted. Shadows, we've toured a little bit here in America off of Shadows, and now we're taking it to the UK
Wow.
and Europe. So excited for 2024. This is what we're doing.
You know what goes great with good touring though is also good food. And so
Yes.
you had your book come out, Breakfast with Tiffany. What a great name. And I understand you're working on some new stuff too with my buddy out in Vegas, Alicia.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, Chef Alicia. She's a celebrity chef in Las Vegas. We became quick friends. We were introduced by a mutual friend. So girlfriends first, which is amazing. And then, you know, foodies. She is my mentor. She's vibrant of everything.
Right.
And just knocking it out of the park in Vegas and doing lots of different things. She does all the TV there, host events. So we're going to be doing more TIFF takeovers. Of course, we're doing a retro cookbook.
I was going to say it's about time. It's about time for another cookbook. And also, you know,
Yes.
with Let's Food with Tiffany, it's like, you know, you already got your videos, everything else. It's like you need a little more support on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, that's what this book is going to be about. It's just stepping into the next, you know, step for me in
Right.
cooking, in the cooking world, making it a little bit more valid, working with Chef Alicia, doing some of the events. I'm excited about the cookbook because it's going to be a retro flair, a take on after-school foods, your comfort foods.
Right.
I call it zhuzhing up, so it's going to be zhuzhed up more.
Yeah.
And of course, Alicia brings that, but I'm going to do it more a take on international.
Good.
And again, as I'm traveling over, you know, 2024, we're going to do other cookbooks as well because it's food and music for
Right.
me. Shadows we'll do a new single, Shadows, of course.
Right. Well,
and a
and you
video,
do-
and then we'll go out and rock it, and we'll do some food as well. So this is the plan.
Well, you do so well at the videos too during the pandemic with the social media and everything. And I know your sister's helping out on
Yes.
some of the videos and stuff. But the cooking videos, to me, you really brought it home for people to where, you know, if they were, you know, trapped at home, it's like, here are my favorite recipes.
Yes.
Obviously, with your incredible career, and certainly I feel like even with Angels All Around, it's kind of touching on your life. It's almost like an autobiography. Is there talk about a memoir?
There is. There
I mean,
has
not
been
that,
for
not
a
that
while.
you're old enough for a memoir yet.
I mean, there's so many things that I think I could offer to my fans as well as about my mindset. My YouTube channel, we started a kind of behind the music diaries. And then we got so far, and one of my friends, who's my co-host, Lindsay Lawler, she's doing her own album, so she's off doing her thing. So we've stopped for a minute, but I think I'm going to pick it back up because it was getting really great reviews, and that was more about my life. You know, it's easy to talk about music and how I recorded things in an interview, but you don't really get to say how you felt that day, what happened behind the scenes, the fights, the drama, you know, all the things that made you overcome or excited to be there. So that's kind of what we're talking about. And of course, that needs to be in the book as, you know, well.
Well, you know, and that's the thing too, and many of our viewers may not realize, I mean, besides, you know, your incredible teen career that you had, and now your reinvention with this career to where you started singing at only 4 years old. And so, you know, you were performing at friends' parties.
Driving my family nuts.
As a young child before things really took off.
Yes.
And, you know, and so, you know, you're like one of those artists, Tiffany, that's known for, you know, back in the mall days and doing all that stuff.
Definitely. And in Nashville here before with Mae Axton.
Right.
When I was 9 and 10.
That up.
So, you know, that's kind of, that's how I started. And I've just been going ever since and celebrating over 30 years and new music now and just having fun.
Right. But also, I think what's so great, you know, and we were talking before we came in studio, Tiffany, to where, you know, certainly with your latest music from Pieces of Me, from Shadows album, and also from Angels All Around, you know, you haven't been stuck. You know, you're constantly moving things forward, and with your cooking and with all these things, you got a lot of stuff going.
I do. I'm always spinning plates. Thank you, Team Tiff. I love you guys. and thank you to all the fans that just let me kind of create. Again, I think that's what we learned after COVID is just live your life, really. But we were finding so many different things about myself. And once I set these things up, like Radical Reds, my online boutique, you know, of course, Children's Miracle Network, all the things we do there, the Zooming packages of jackets and Let's Food with Tiffany and new music, of course. You know, I was like, I like this world. I'm staying here. I'm going to keep all these things going for, you know, for a while because they're a lot of fun.
Well, you know, and once again, everybody knows your hits and everything, you know, coming up, but also you're making new ones. And it seems to me like you're writing and your vocals have matured.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that's kind of tough sometimes, though. And I know, you know, when you go out on tour, especially international, it's like going, come on, we want to hear your hit songs. It's like, but also you want to introduce them to your new music and to the new Tiffany.
Definitely. I mean, I think we've gotten a really great balance, especially Shadows kind of being a little wink wink to the 80s. It's got those, you know, that energy to it where people even go, did I miss something? Was this released in the 80s?
I thought it was rocking harder.
Yet it sounds so modern, you know, so it's not limited or dated.
Bingo.
So, and that I can't take credit. That's Mark Alberici. That's my producer. But we worked really hard with that mindset to build and bridge that gap between the great classics and, of course, the things that I'm grateful for, all the hits. And they always perform them in every show. So building that with new music and how that could complement each other. So I think we accomplished that.
You know what? I got the title for the next cookbook too. I think we can cook now.
There you go.
Right there. You know, it's just like Breakfast with Tiffany. That was such a great title.
It needs to be like an underline. I think we can cook now for sure. Not a question.
It's so great though. I mean, I love the new single, and I know you're talking about doing some more singles coming out this year too. In between all the cooking.
In between, Shadows is coming out, the actual title track of the album. And of course, we've got a cool vinyl out right now, guys. If you want to see that, tiffanytunes.com. All things Tiff World can be a part of it.
And also with the social media.
Yes, I'm always on there. I've got a team behind me, but I'm learning myself as well because you got to get in there. It's about content and it's about what you want to express. So even hiring people, they're like, so you go do that video. And I'm like, okay, why don't I just do the video? Then I'll just do it myself and post it, right?
Well, and also, you know, with your fiance and your sister helping out too. It's like
it's been a family
you do have a
deal.
Team effort
Yes,
there.
it is. And it's great because we all live like 15 minutes, you know, around each other. And we have coffee and my brother-in-law makes pizza. He's amazing. So we make it a fun thing and, you know, all located at our studio, Red Rancho and outside of Nashville. So home base, I love it. We finally accomplished that because I was a road dog for a long time. I still love the road, but it's nice to have something like, you know, a grounding at home, a studio that you can work with, my crafty table for all the stuff I do. Yes, so, you know, we have our little spots and I have the team that come over and I'm so grateful for my sister who loves to edit the videos. I love her. She's a nerd, and I love her.
You can't beat it. Well,
she gets all into it. She's like, I am excited. I'm like, I'm not, but thank God you'll make me look great.
Those are the family members you need. It's like, come on, help me.
Yeah, I'm not techie, so it's way over my head.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are sounding great. The single, Angels All Around, is out now. Also the music video. Be sure and add that to your playlist. There's vinyl out for Shadows. You want to check out what Tiffany is doing with the cooking. Let's Cook with Tiffany. There's going to be more great things coming out. Another book.
Multiple books.
But
Just
also
keep
on
going.
tour.
Yes, there's going to be lots of dates. I'm hosting festivals in the UK, some shows here in America, so tiffanytunes.com. Of course, we're going to weave music all through 2024.
And also totally different wardrobe for like the more rockin' songs than compared to like your younger songs. You got to have different wardrobe for that. You have to do
bring
like
a
the Cher
mean
thing.
case, trust me. The people that have to load it, they complain all the time. So yes, my sister also does my wardrobe, and she's an overpacker.
There you go.
So now they have two of us.
Well, I'll tell you what, be sure and visit Tiffany's website, follow her on social media, check out the music, and be sure and support Children's Miracle Network also, because they do a lot of great work, and you can join in that with Tiffany. Tiffany, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Congratulations
Always
on
great
everything.
to see you.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.